So in mountain pose, turn your palms forward. Press the top of your head toward the ceiling. Squeeze your hips lightly. Keep the glutes relaxed so the quadriceps are engaged. Your thighs pulling away from your kneecaps. Abs tight. Weight evenly balanced through both feet. And then step back into a high lunge. Keep your right leg forward. Step your left foot back. Make sure all 10 toes are facing straight forward. Drive down through your right heel. So you want to feel your whole right hip and the right quadriceps and hamstrings engage. And then bring your arms up overhead. Make sure that your shoulders are stacked on top of your hips. It also helps to soften the bend in your left knee. So that way you can make sure that your spine is straight, you're not arching your back, and you can keep the ribs drawn in. So make sure that you're not opening up your ribs and arching your back to get your arms straight up. So pull those ribs toward one another, tighten your abs, and then squeeze your arms back. So we're working on opening up your shoulders here. And this is one of those exercises that you should be doing on a daily basis. So we're gonna hang out here for a few more breaths. And your goal here is to allow that left hip to open up, but also to develop strength through both legs. If you want to open up that left hip a little bit more, squeeze your left glute and squeeze the hamstrings. So squeeze the back of your thigh and your hip, and that'll help open up through the front of the thigh a little bit more. As you progress into this pose, you can sit deeper into it. As you exhale, your body will get used to it and you'll be able to open up more. One more breath. And then step back up, back to mountain. Drive the hips forward, lift your torso up, and then switch sides. Now right leg back, left foot is forward. And you want to make sure that your right foot is a few inches to the outside of your left foot. So you want to keep your feet about hip width distance here. You don't want to have your right foot lining up right behind your left foot, and you shouldn't have your right foot way to the outside either. Again, you want to have it about hip width distant. That's about 2 fists. Drive down through your left heel and through the toes. A lot of times yogis will not press down through the toes, but that's part of your foot. You want to exercise those as well. Just make sure that you're not leaning all of your weight into the toes. Knee stays above the ankle. If you notice that the knee is going forward past the ankle, you can widen your stance a little bit more. You can also tighten that back knee. So squeezing your right thigh, lifting the knee. Bring the arms up if they're not already. And a few more breaths. As you exhale, sink deeper. Keep your head upright. Pull your chin back toward your throat. Pull your neck back. It's going to help with posture. And then step back up to standing. Keep your toes together. Keep your heels an inch apart. Bring your arms up overhead. Turn your palms to face back. Deep breath in. And sit down into a chair pose. So hinge at the hips. Pull your hips straight back. Sit down like you're sitting into a chair. Hence the name chair pose. Squeeze your thighs toward one another. Make sure you can see the tops of your feet. So you don't want your knees to go way forward, but keep your knees back so that you can feel the weight in your hips. Keep your spine neutral. So ribs drawn in, spine is straight, abs are tight. And then bring your hands to center. So just in front of your sternum. And now bring your right elbow outside your left knee into a twist. So into a chair twist here. Keep your hips level. So your left knee or your right knee is going to want to move forward here. So make sure that the knees stay level. And keep pulling your torso forward here. If you want to open up your arms and twist open a little bit more, you can extend the arms. And then from here, lift your elbows away from the knee, bring it back to the middle, and forward fold. Lifting your hips, stretching your hamstrings, lengthening your spine. As you're in a forward fold, keep it active. So I want you to squeeze the fronts of your thighs and your abs toward one another. And keep your core very active here. You don't want to do an inactive forward fold. This is a strength building posture, not just a stretch. And then go ahead and take it back to your chair pose. So sit down, push down through your heels, bring your arms up, keep the spine straight, keep your neck in line with the rest of your spine. And then bring your hands to center. Bring your left elbow across your right knee. So we're in our chair twist, other side. Roll back your right shoulder to open up your torso. Keep your knees level. Make sure that you're pulling your chest forward, and keep in mind this elbow is here as a guide. It's not something to crank on. And then extend your right arm up if you'd like, opening up into a chair twist all the way, opening up your torso, getting a bit of a stretch through your back. And then bring your hands back together, twist back to the middle, and forward fold. Again, if you want to pedal your knees back and forth here, as you keep your abs and your quadriceps active, go for it. And then from here, sit your hips down, take it all the way back up, bring your arms up overhead, reach up, reach back into a quick standing back bend, lift your sternum toward the ceiling, squeeze your arms back as much as possible, keeping your spine long, and then release your hands. All right, from here, take a big step back with your left foot into a warrior two. So your back foot is going to be out into a 85-degree angle. Hips are facing to the outside. Knee is over your ankle and your front foot. Squeeze your legs toward one another. Reach your tailbone down so the spine is neutral. Your abs are tight. Keep the shoulders over the hips. Bring your arms out in opposite directions. Look over your right hand. Breathe. As you exhale, you're sinking deeper. As you inhale, keeping that height. And then take this into a side angle. Wrist comes inside your knee. Left arm extends up. Lengthen through the left side of your body. Stay tall through your torso. Don't let your right arm collapse. Roll back that left shoulder. Open up through your chest. This is a really good way to increase energy and wake up. And then from here, bring your arms back to warrior two. Straighten your right leg. Turn that in and take it into a forward fold. Keep your torso long. So almost like you're trying to get your chest to the wall in front of you. Feeling a stretch through the backs of your legs. Keep in mind, you have a block, so you can put the block on the ground. If you want to use that, you can also bend your knees. And I'm going to have you just kind of bend into one knee and hold it there for a couple breaths. Feeling a stretch through the opposite thigh, the inner opposite thigh. And then inhaling back to the middle. And exhaling to the other side. Make sure you're keeping the opposite ankle is down and pushing into the outer edge of the back foot. One more breath here. And then take it back to the wide-legged stance. Pull your chest forward, lift all the way back up. Turn your right foot forward once more, back into a warrior two, and then step all the way back up to mountain pose. Switching sides, take your right leg back, turn that out about 90 degrees, not quite 90 degrees. Angle your hips to the outside, knee is over the ankle and the front foot. Try to keep your hips right below your shoulders. Reach your tailbone down. Squeeze the legs toward one another. So we're feeling the inner thighs engage. We're feeling our abs working. You want to feel the glutes. Both glutes are working here, so I'm squeezing both my hips. and you should be able to see your big toe around your left knee. So make sure that your left knee isn't coming in, but you're squeezing that knee to the outside. Bring your arms up in opposite directions, and then this time turn your palms to face up. And make sure to look all the way over your left middle finger. That's going to help you stretch through your neck. One more breath here. And then take it into a side angle. So your left wrist comes inside the left knee, right arm extends up, look up at your right hand. And again, we want to stay long and tall through our torso. So straight line from your right heel up through your right shoulder. And then roll back that right shoulder as much as you can while keeping your hips neutral. So you want to make sure that you're not bringing your butt out behind you or bringing your hips forward or anything weird like that, but keeping it right between your feet. One more breath here. And then back to a warrior two. Straighten that left leg, turn it in, and into a wide-legged forward fold. Bringing your hands to the ground. And again, bending into one side. So let's bend into your left knee. Squeeze your right thigh. Keep the outer edge of your right foot pressing down. Keep your torso upright. And then switching sides, inhaling back to the middle. Exhaling to the right. Squeezing your left thigh, keeping your chest upright, driving down through that right foot. Also stretching through the ankle. So this is really good for preventing lower back discomfort. Lower back pain is often it's caused by tightness in the muscles connected to the lower back. So it's not an issue with the lower back so much as the muscles surrounding it. And then take it back to our wide stance. Bring your hands to your hips. Come all the way back up. Turn your left foot back out. Back into your warrior two. And then step back up into mountain. Turn the palms forward. Press down through your feet. Lift your chest up. And inhale your arms back up. Quick back bend, squeeze your arms back, lift your chest up, lift the sternum up, look up at the ceiling. Just one more breath here. And then forward fold. Bend your knees, bring your hands to the ground, plant your hands, take a big step back with your left foot into a runner's lunge. And if you feel like your back is rounding here, or if you're somewhat new to yoga, I invite you to grab a block and put that inside your right foot. Now pull your chest up. Try to make a straight line from your back heel to the tip of your head. And without changing your hips, reach your right arm up and open up your torso to the right. So we're opening up into a runner's lunge twist here. Look all the way up at your look all the way up at your right fingertips. Keep pushing down through your right hip. So you want to keep those hips squared. Make sure your hips aren't pressing out to the right as you're doing this. And you're going to feel your core working. You're going to feel your hips working here. You might feel some opening through the spine, so some stretching, and that's all good. One more breath here. And then bring your hand down. Step back up. Forward fold. Come all the way up. Sit your hips down. Inhale. Reach up, reach back. And then fold all the way back down. Step your right leg back into a runner's lunge, opposite side. Squeeze your legs toward one another so we feel those inner thighs working. Drive down through your left hip. Pull your torso forward and up. Try to get that straight line through your spine. And then again, if you're having trouble there, bring the block inside your inside your left foot. Inhale to breathe forward, lengthen. Exhale, open up into a twist, reach your left arm up. Keep your hips exactly the same. And if you want to make sure you're not cheating, bring your left hand to your left hip here. Roll back your left shoulder. Keep your hips the same. Inhale to lengthen from your heels to your top of your head. Exhale to roll back a little more. And then reach your left arm up for the last breath here. Last one. Bring your left hand back down. Step back up to a forward fold. Squeeze your chest toward your thighs. Engage your quadriceps. And then inhale, sit your butt down, lift all the way up. And release your hands along your sides. Palms facing forward, standing up tall. Bring your breathing back to normal. Just take a couple breaths here. Thanks for sticking around. I want to invite you to join me for my free 7-day challenge, Beginners Yoga for Men. 7 workouts, 7 days to help hold you accountable, to help you learn yoga and feel the results of your workouts. I'm also going to give you a free gift when you sign up, a head and neck essentials routine, 25 minutes to help your shoulders, your neck, your head feel great and relieve stress. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, and I hope to see you on my challenge.